In this video, we're going to look at how to download the newest version of the APR, APR version 5.1. If you've downloaded exports in the past, this process is going to be familiar to you. To find the report, open up your menu, click on HMIS Reports, HUD/HMIS Reports, and the menu option will be under APR version 5.1. The report criteria here is nearly identical to the old APR. Set your report dates. Make sure you have your organization selected. Select your grant program, your program type, and then your program. This report will generate two files by default, the APR itself, which contains 65 individual CSV files, and a file called Populate Staging Tables. If the Generate Validation file box is checked, then a third file will also download, the data validation for your APR. This is an important box to check if you want to look at client-level data, because the APR only looks at aggregate data. So you'll need that data validation if you want to look for data errors. Click Run Report when your criteria is set, and you'll get this Export Encryption box. If you choose to encrypt your export, ClientTrack will ask you to come up with a password. It doesn't have to be your ClientTrack password, but it can be. And you'll want to leave the Include Header Row in CSV files checked, and keep the always quote CSV values unchecked. If you choose to encrypt your data, then what actually downloads will be a .exe executable file. You will not be able to upload that .exe file to Sage. You will have to run that executable file to get your actual APR. And I'll walk you through the steps on how to do that later on. If you choose not to encrypt your export, ClientTrack will give you a warning message that you will be responsible for the protection, use, or misuse of information contained in the exported files, and it won't let you move on until you assume the full responsibility, until you click on that checkbox. If you go this route, then what downloads is the actual zip file, and you can take that zip file and upload it directly into Sage. Regardless of what process you choose to go with, you need to be careful about who has access to your data. When you're ready to run your report, click Done. ClientTrack will let you know that your report has been queued, and it'll take you to the Files on Server page. So when your reports are ready to download, they'll appear on the Files on Server page. You can get to this page either by clicking on Files on Server under HMIS Reports, or by hovering over My Saved Reports, and the menu option is there as well. While your reports are in queue, you can use ClientTrack as normal. You can also check on the status of your reports by clicking on the Click to View link, and you'll see that the CSV export that we just ran has not started. When your files are ready to download, you'll see something similar to this. Now, I've downloaded both the .exe and .zip files, so that's why I have 6 listed here. I just wanted to point out the difference between a .exe executable file and a .zip file. You'll notice that the endings are different there. Your APRs will say HMIS APR v5.1 export. If you decided not to encrypt your data, what will download is a .zip, and if you click on the little icon that says download the file on the left-hand side, ClientTrack will think about it, and your file should download. You can directly upload this file into Sage. This might go into your Downloads folder, and you may want to move that to your Documents folder or to another place if you are storing your APR data somewhere else in another folder on your computer. The process for the .exe file is a little different. You'll still click on the download icon, and to run that executable file, you'll click on the download itself. Now, I'm using my Windows computer. It has a Windows Defender. You might have something similar, in which case you may need to specifically tell it to run the file anyway. You'll get this Extract Encrypted Files box, where you can enter the password that you created earlier. Again, it'll ask you to assume the responsibility for the security of the extracted files, and you can choose where you want to save those files. So right now, as you can see, if I just go ahead and move on with this process, it'll go into my Downloads folder. I'm going to leave this box that says View Files after extracting, and I'm going to click on extract. When this process is done, you should see 65 CSV files. Now, if you've gone the extraction route, these files will probably not be in a zip folder, so you're going to have to put them in a zip folder yourself. That's a pretty easy process. You'll click on the first file, hold the Shift key, and click on the last file. It's going to highlight all of your CSV files. From here, right-click, send to compressed zip folder. You can name that whatever you want to. And that zip folder is what you would then upload to Sage. Again, this process is only if you went with the encryption route. If you chose not to encrypt your files, then again, you would just download the zip, and this is what you would upload into Sage. Thanks for watching.